What's going on, everyone? Welcome to part one of this week's Photoshoot series. This is episode 3. It would be episode 4, except last week I decided to take the week off. So this is episode 3. As you can see before you, we are using every limited edition Princess doll that I own. So this is every Princess limited edition doll that I do own currently. And there's 6 of them, I believe. Yep, there's 6 of them on the screen. I do have other limited edition dolls, but they're villain based, and that's Ursula and Maleficent. I also have a Holiday Ariel, but she's not limited edition per se. She's more seasonal, so I didn't put it in the batch. So this is what we're working with for this part. Hope you guys are excited. If you are, be sure to hit that big like down below. Make it blue, make it shine, all that good stuff. And to be honest, I don't know what the plan is here. I don't know what I'm gonna be doing with this. Because I never worked with this many characters at once. So this could be interesting. I don't know how this is going to go, but I guess we'll find out together. Again, there's going to be Photoshop versions of these on my Instagram, so if you want to see those, click the link down below. It'll be the link to my Instagram, and you guys can go check out the Photoshop versions for yourselves. If all you care about is the end result, be sure to follow my Instagram then, and you'll see it before this video even goes up. So that's enough rambling for now. Let's hop right into it. Alright, so here we go. This is what I ended up coming up with. Like I said before, I did not have a plan at all. So this is what we ended up coming up with right here. You guys can let me know what you think of it down below. But let's go through what we got here. So let's start off with Jasmine, or Naomi Scott's Jasmine. So since she's the oddball of the group, per se, I decided to just have her in a dancing pose for one of our culture dances, really, from Arabia. And I think it fits the scene. Probably could have done something different, but honestly didn't know what to do with Jasmine, because it's not like the cartoon one where I can make it blend in. This one's like the live action version, which is a little harder, in my opinion. I don't know what it is, but mixing like live action dolls with cartoon based dolls, like a little challenging per se. So I just have her in like a dancing pose. So she's hovering over Elsa, as you can see, with her cape on her right hand. I think it's pretty cool. I think it's a nice pose for Jasmine. Definitely fits the cultural theme of a character, I believe. You guys can let me know down below. And then, obviously, we got Elsa next to her. And since I always love to ship Elsa and Ariel, I decided to just have those two be like the centerpiece of the scene. It's just something I love doing. They're my favorite Disney princesses, so that's kind of why I ship them so much. I think it's adorable having them together. So what we have is Elsa behind Ariel on her knees and resting her hands on top of Ariel's shoulders, while Ariel's holding up Belle's mask from the Midnight Masquerade set. And I think it's kind of cute because it kind of portrays Ariel's quirkiness, where she always loves to try new things, or humanoid things, and basically tries to make sense of it, like how in the cartoon she tried using a fork as a comb, and as she's holding it like it's some great treasure of some sort. So I thought it would fit in that sense. And then next to Ariel, we got Belle. So Belle, it was kind of hard to pose her because the Midnight Masquerade Belle has rubber legs, so I can't just position her in any way I want. I'm pretty limited in what I could do with her, unfortunately. So her bottom half, it's not poseable at all, but her upper torso is. So I just have a next Ariel. I tried to make it so that Belle's trying to grab the mask away from Ariel. I might get another Belle to make it easier to pose. I think there's like a limited edition Winter Belle out there. I might try to get that one so it's easier to do these dynamic scenes. And then behind Belle, we got Queen Anna. So for Anna, I thought it'd be best to have her in character where she is at the end of the movie, you know, all mature and all composed and not constantly chasing after Elsa. So that's why I don't have her kind of leaning on Elsa. I just kind of have her peeping down and watching from above. And next to Anna, we got Rapunzel. So Rapunzel is a little tricky. I try to have her in a quirky pose without the stand, but of course you can't really balance it that well without the stand. So I tried to make do with what I got, and I'm trying to make it so Pascal is trying to like get a closer look at the shiny treasure or peeping down onto what the other princesses are doing. And then I have Rapunzel's one of her legs up in the air, like she's doing some quirky thing that she usually is doing inside of her stories. But yeah, that's the scene I ended up coming up with. Again, you guys can let me know what you think down below. If you guys want to see the Photoshop versions of these, be sure to hit the Instagram down below. So I hope you guys enjoyed part 1. If you did, be sure to hit that like button down below. And let's move on to part 2. Alright, so let's kick it off with part 2 of this weekly photoshoot series. So as you can see before us, guys, we got the Little Mermaid crew, Ariel and Ursula, and then we got Elsa, Lapras, and the Nook. So I did something similar before for week 1. I used Elsa, Ariel, and Ursula. So I'm going to do the setup for you guys on video, but for the photo shoot itself, I'm going to have to take photos of each of them separately in order to Photoshop it together to get the result that I want. I may post it at the end of this. I may not. So I'll figure that out through the editing process. But yeah, this is what we're going to be using this time around. I hope you guys are excited for that. If you are, be sure to hit that thumbs up down below. And let's get started. So this right here is what essentially I have in mind. So let's give the lowdown on what's going on here. So what I had in mind is that Elsa and Ariel have like a race on to see who can travel faster on water. And I thought it'd be fun because I don't know if you guys were ever into the Pokemon anime like from like 20 years ago. It's still continuing, but like the one that I'm referring to is like the Johto region where Ash basically races a Blastoise when he's on his Lapras. So that's pretty much where I got this idea from. So I thought it'd be cool to have these two do kind of the same thing, or something similar rather, since Elsa is using a Nook rather than a Pokemon. So yeah, that's where I got this idea from. And then we got Ursula in the back, like coming up with her evil plan in the background. So the Photoshop version of this may look a little different because I am going to be taking photos of these separately so I could do what I want to do and make it a lot easier on myself. So I may show it after I'm done wrapping up here, but this is essentially what's happening right here. I'm going to move the camera around so you guys can see, and then I might post a finished product for you guys to look at. But if you guys want to see more photos, be sure to check out my Instagram with the link down below, because that's where I post all the finished products, where I post most of my photos anyway. So if you guys want to see all the finished stuff, be sure to check that out down below. And let's get the camera moving, shall we? Alright, here we go. Let's start from the right. As you can see, we got Ariel over here with Lapis slightly tilting over. It's the only way I could get Ariel to stay on, so this is kind of how it is. And then if we sneak around over here, her left hand is kind of resting on a mermaid tail. And as usual, guys, she looks absolutely gorgeous. I absolutely love this idea, personally. You guys can let me know what you think of it down below. But I think Lapis is a good suit for Ariel, in my personal opinion. It was either Lapis or Vaporeon, but I don't know. Lapis just seemed more right. And over here, we got the Nook. I didn't do a video on the Nook yet, or I'm not sure if I should at this point, because I've had it for like 2 or 3 weeks now. I might do it. I might do like a video on how my setup looks like when I'm not recording. If you guys want to see that, let me know down below. But as I said before, we got Elsa and the Nook racing next to him, and we got Elsa kind of peeking over at Ariel, because, you know, I like shipping them together. That's just something I do. If you follow my Instagram, you'll see that I love to ship them a lot. I'm pretty sure my last 4 or 5 posts was basically on them shipping together, or being shipped together. And then we got Ursula back here being Ursula, with Jetson and Floatson on her 2 sides. I can't really do anything with those, because it's just kind of glitter, but it is what it is. Of course, we got King Triton's crown on her tentacle, and that's pretty much how it is. And I got her hands like that, sort of like how it's in the cartoon movie. I can't really pose her fingers, so that's kind of the closest we're getting with that. And yeah, that's the setup we got here for part 2, guys. I hope you all enjoyed that. If you did, be sure to like the video, and let's move on to part 3. Alright, guys, so there isn't going to be a part 3. The only reason there isn't going to be a part 3 because I decided to like reimagine this whole weekly photoshoot series, and I'm going to turn it into something more exciting and much more adventurous. So next week we're going to be doing still behind the scenes photo shoots. It's just, it's not going to be in my basement on a table. We're going to actually go out, bring the dolls with us, and try new things. For those of you who were expecting a part 3, I do apologize, but I think it's better that I do it this way, so I could separate what I do for YouTube and the photos I edit for Instagram. I think that would be much better, because I don't think it's good to mix match the two. I think it's better to keep the content for them separate. So yeah, there's no part 3. Again, I do apologize for that, but be sure to tune in for next week's episode where it gets wild and adventurous. And this is my kitty that you're seeing right before you, and he's just kind of sitting on my lap. So yeah, that's gonna do it for this week's photo shoot series episode. Again, I do apologize for no part 3, and I'll see y'all next time.